having my voice live on air is new to me. Next slide, please, Pete. Beautiful. Thank you very much. In the DJ world, I'd say rewind 1, 2, 4, mate. Thank you. 3 types of prospects. Prospects are people that we talk to. This is just people that we're sharing what we've learned, trying to pass on the information. Obviously, you do get people that as soon as you mention what you're doing, one thing, it will tick all the boxes and they'll be interested straight away. There are also people that are a little bit more like to do their research, will watch you. As soon as you've spoken to them, they are interested, but I think even my partner, she was one that was seen it and then actually waited. I think it was a good couple of months before she actually really started to get into it. But also there is people, everyone gets them, that have no interest at all. These are people that have obviously either too busy in themselves or it's just not the right time for them at this moment. Next slide, please, Pete. 10 reasons why people join a network marketing company. I found this really helpful myself. If you have a look at this slide, obviously the MLM is multi-level marketing. That'll be shown on the next slide. So basically, best way to do it, from 1 to 10, 1 being the most and 10 being the least important. Really looking at his side here, company literature shown, marketing plan and potential earnings, the training that's provided, who gave you presentation, the product line, company management experience and upline support, the company image in sales starter kit, being the first in the area. I think you'll be quite surprised, obviously, with the ML ranking survey. If you go to the next slide, Pete. A little bit set up differently than what I had it, but all good. So the most important is who gave the presentation. Obviously, people are buying into you. That is the whole part of this business. Hard sales does not work anymore. We all know this. It is all about buying into the person that's shown you the business itself. I don't know how to do this one. What do I do? Next slide. Number 2, upline support. So, oh, sorry, I can't bite him. Yeah, the upline support. You've kind of just got to show people that there is the training, there is, yeah, it's, sorry mate. Right. Any chance you could come in and give us a little hand on this, mate?
Yeah, of course, Ken. Basically what I've done, I've gone straight through to all of them now with you. It's, we'd all be surprised at what level people will join. We think it's the money and everything, and basically it's who gives the presentation, your upline support, marketing plan and earning potentials come third. So which is, if you look at it, it's not all about the money. People buy into ourselves like you've just said, and we don't see that to start with. 4th, it's training provided. You have a look, then it's 5th is the products, which is halfway down. So it just shows you that it's not the products that are the most important thing, but people are into the business. Then you've got 6 being first in the area, but it's not really a count, but that's what people's perception of it is. Then you've got the literature shown, so that's the brochures and everything else like that. Then we go on to the company image, the starter kit, and finally the company management experience, which you'd think if they had a big experience would be the first one, but it isn't. It's all about the first person they meet that gives the presentation. Is that all right for you?
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Sorry about that, it did catch me off guard there. I had it written down a little different. So yeah, this part is the part I actually contact list. This is your who do you know. I have probably about 3,000 friends on Facebook that I haven't even actually utilised yet. Haley keeps on barking on me, slap down my 100 who do you know. Mine is more like a 2,000 who do I know. I've been a bit of a slow burner with actually coming into the business. My partner is taking on leaps and bounds. But yeah, I have been her slow burner. I've been watching what she's been doing for quite a while, and now I've seen the potential after having a couple of hiccups with my full-time employment in PAYE. So yeah, this is it. So your contact list, your who do you know, obviously it's all about your online presence, your Facebook, your Twitter. I quite like Instagram as well, to be honest with you. It's all about your hashtags, contact marketing, people shopping. Right, whenever you're out and about, I am terrible for people watching, and especially when I'm out with my partner. She's actually sent me up to quite a few people now, wanting me to start up the conversations, which is where I'm good at. So your contact marketing is your people shopping. Just out and about, anybody that actually gives you a good service. Anyone that you think, if they're out and about at 11 o'clock during the day with a pushchair, you know that person will be either out of work just now due to having their baby, or they're just in a position where they don't actually have to be at work at this moment in time. So it's always good just to always have your business cards, your flyers on you. You never want to be in a situation where you believe you could have got quite a few contacts in the bag, but you don't have anything on you. I have now got a pocket full of business cards because I work opposite a massive Morrison store, and every lunchtime I'm across there, and if I see anybody that, well, yeah, I like the look of, keeps himself well, I will approach him, and I'll just make it brief, I'll make it quick, and I will just make sure that they see that I'm quite busy at a time. Because I wear my shirt and tie, I'm looking quite smart on a daily basis, so I'm in that shop, get my food, also chuck out a couple of flyers, then I'm gone. Pup boxes and product launches. Pup boxes, really this is just a free trial. Best way to do it is your most common used products that everyone kind of uses on a daily basis. Obviously our aim is to get these products in other people's houses. Everyone buys soap. Why isn't it Forever soap? It's exactly like that. Shampoos, toothpaste, the lot. Local shows and exhibitions. Everyone knows my partner runs the, what is it, where all the children go, what's that called?
Daycare.
Daycare, yeah, thanks. Yeah, she actually runs a daycare which has got all the mothers coming through. She has a little stall set up in the corner. It's just about getting out there and having that first point of contact, and obviously it's people buying into yourself, as I've said. Referrals, the way I like to do it, obviously with the pup boxes and everything, is kind of, they're getting these products for free. You kind of, the minimum you'll be wanting back off of them is a sort of like their opinion on the actual products that they've used. You just want to be able to use that on your Facebook, on your Twitter and your Instagram. It's just showing people that these products actually do work. Referrals is a big thing, as I say, because with your contacts, it's all about the circles that you're in. As soon as that person's believed in you to buy that product off of you, if they've realised it's good, they see a potential in it, it's easier to get someone else to buy off of you from someone else's good experience with that product. Local advertising, we've got the Brighton Bell, little like 6-page pamphlet that comes around every now and again. It's a couple of old people that drop it through your door for free. They're always after people. They've always got advertisements for guttering, fences, the lot. you could quite happily get is health and wellness. It's get in there. Satisfied customers, I see that just as referrals really. That's everyone that you're going to be selling to should be a satisfied customer. As long as you do your follow-ups, check in, you'll be fine. Talking to your groups, yet again, like your little daycares, coffee mornings, book groups, anything. It's just getting, if they believe in you, it will be easier to sell to them. They will purchase off of you if they believe in yourself. Yeah, next slide please, mate. Unless I've missed something out. Oh, that's it. Rewind, Pete. It all starts with your contact list. So yeah, your contact list, your 100 who do you know. Yeah, UKs and overseas. We're not tied to any area. 158 countries plus worldwide. This is massive. As long as you've got a contact out there, they will be able to start this business up. Using a memory jogger, profiling people, get their age, get their occupation down. Empty your head without prejudging. Now, prejudging, I have been quite bad with prejudging. I suppose it's just not believing in the confidence myself, and really not having them, already judging them about not believing in me. Never, because you don't know their situation. It really is, you've kind of just got to go in, don't worry about any outcome, you've just got to ask. If it's only a no, it's as simple as that. I see there's keywords here: STEAM, which is your sales, teaching, enthusiastic, attitude, and money. So obviously, who do you know that works in sales? Who do you know that works in teaching? Who do you know that's enthusiastic? There's a banging attitude, and obviously if they're actually at this moment in time looking for some extra money. Frog, friends, relatives, organisations, and geography. Yet again, this is your 100 who do you know. You just need to get that into there. As soon as you've done it, do it. It is really, you've got to look at it like that. Leaving no stone unturned. Yeah, just it really is just that. Do not prejudge anybody. As soon as any point of contact that you have, ask them. Ask them if there's anything that you can do just now, anything that they're needing, anything, time, money, all that always comes into play. Remember, some will, some won't, so what, next. I do love that saying, I do love it. Yeah, some will. You could quite happily go up to anyone, they'll jump on board. Some won't. You've got another 98 people to go on your list. Crack on, let's get on with it. Let go of the outcome, just learn to ask. Really, yeah, don't take it personally. That's the best way to look at it. It is business. You've just got to get on with it. Just ask a question. The more you do it, the easier it will get. Next slide, please, Pete. So, taking your first 50 names, obviously off of your who do you know list. It's just a bit of a memory jogger as well. This will give you a little bit of an insight. It will help you when you actually start up a conversation with these people, kind of just have it there in front of you, what is they actually do, if there's any areas in their daily lives that you could actually push these products in. Your locations, whereabouts that area is, married, family, 2 children, boy, girl. It's just little things that you can actually build a rapport with. Obviously I've got 3 children myself now. I do find even now working in a garage, in the sales side of things, in hard sales, which isn't where I'm wanting to be. I find myself talking to customers about my children, and even now about what my partner is doing. And I'm trying to push it out there just with everybody. I will talk to the milkman if it comes to it. Personality, character, caring, positive, outgoing. Yeah, again, it is just all about people buying into them. It's if you like a person genuinely, you will have a rapport with them. It's so much easier to start up a conversation with someone, find a common ground. You will then, it's not a hard sell. That is the key. It's no hard sales. It is just building a rapport and kind of sharing the experiences. People do get into it. Yeah, any other info? Daughter has eczema, husband's been made redundant. Well, I'm a key one for that. I've been made redundant in the last 2 positions I've had in the motor trade because everything is just so up and down. Yeah, next slide please. Making that call. Keep it simple. It's all about rapport, as I say. 2 seconds. Yeah, having your profile sheet in front of you. So yeah, building up your profile sheet, having what it is they do, how many children, whereabouts it is they actually live, know your objective. Really, the first part of the conversation, it isn't the sales pitch. You're just wanting them to know enough that then you can take them to a one-to-one, take them to your BP, your local BP. Exactly that. Focus on the needs of the prospect. Obviously, they've taken this phone call because there is something that they're wanting. Whether it is they're not happy with the job just now, whether they do just want a couple of extra quid, they're interested. If you've got that phone call, there's something there that they're wanting. You just need to kind of get it out of them. Obviously, the invitation, it isn't a presentation. You don't want to be going into full detail on the telephone on the first bash. You just want to kind of have a little dig. You want to see what it is they want. Being excited. Obviously, nerves kicking in just now. I'm normally quite a confident and quite a loud person, but yeah, keeping the excitement there, it will, and keeping it short and snappy. Have your story ready. Obviously, from week 1 session, they teach you to write down your story, how the products have helped you, how the business has helped you as well, and always have your diary open. Obviously, you don't want to be halfway through a phone call and then flick through many pages and say, I can't now see you until next month, unfortunately. You want to be able to get them in ASAP. The quicker it's in their head, the fresher it is, the more chance you've got of catching them on that little hook that you've put. Have dates of meetings, etc. So, local areas, BP, they are fun. Get yourselves up to them and your local BP, meet some new people, and really this whole business is about having fun. People have been noticing my constant going to the gym, my talking about what products it is I'm using on a daily basis, and yeah, I've found that people are now coming to me asking me if they can come down to the gym with me, asking me if, well, yeah, I've had a good couple of blokes now after the clean 9s because they've seen my pictures I've been putting up. It is just all about having fun. Enjoy what you're doing and show people that you're actually enjoying what you're doing. Next slide please, mate. Objectives of your call, an invitation, not presentation. As I just said, getting into that phone call, you have their interest. They would have told you no to a phone call if they weren't even interested. Talk about the business. If you go in with a conversation opening about the business, that's great. If they say yes, then as I say, keep it simple. Just go into a little bit more detail. Really, you just want to get the rears pricked up, so then you can show them what you're doing and then get them up to the BP. Next slide, please. I just want to see what this one is. Okay. He's talking about business. If they say yes, all good and well, you've got their interest, ears perked up. If they've mentioned no, obviously you go on about talking about the products and share your experiences with the products. Yeah, if they say no, you ask if there's anyone that they know, because it's all about the circles of friends. They're not within your circles. It's getting that little bit of a referral back to you. Next slide, please, sir.
You obviously like talking here, Chris, because you've actually overshot your section, but if you want to carry on, I don't mind, I'll let you carry on.
You know what, mate? I don't think my heart could take it anymore, the amount of coffees I've had today. So.
Would you like me to take over now?
No, you can carry on. That's all right.
That's brilliant, mate. Well done anyway. That's fantastic for the first time. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you for that, mate. Cheers.
1 second, we'll just pause Chris and then we can carry on. There we go, all done. Right, let's carry on then, mate. Chris left off obviously on the product, the business side. If they say yes, all brilliant. If they say no, go on to the product, and if the product's a yes, then refer back to the business. If the product's no, get a referral. There's always somebody. If you go down the line of the product first, and the product's a yes, just go straight into the business afterwards, and if not, refer back to the other side again, onto the referrals. There we go. Right, prospecting. Weak words. These are the sort of words you want to try and avoid. I mean, I'm guilty of saying them when I first started. I'm sure a lot of us are. And things like, when you're ready, call me. It just shows a lapsadaisy attitude, and the fact is that you're giving them the option to say no. Selling aloe. Well, the business isn't just about selling aloe. Aloe products are part of the business. Retailing is a little bit of the business, but also building a team is a very large part of the business. So, again, bad word. Price of the starter pack. Now, if you're going to give them the price of the starter pack before you explain or before they get to see everything, all they're going to think about is how much it costs. Now, to you and I, we both know that I'd pay 10 times the amount for the starter pack, but when you first start, you just don't understand these sort of things, so best to leave that price out. List the features. Just don't start listing the features down. When you're prospecting, it's better to keep short and sharp, and then get them to a BP, get them to a DVD. Anything else online, just keep it short and sweet. Don't start saying about product parties. Don't start going into product details. You don't want to go into everything too much. Another one my pet hates is when they say, I've got a little business. This isn't a little business. It's a little business if you want it to be a little business. But this business, as you can see, is taking people to Singapore. It's taking people all over the world. So it's not exactly a little business. Network marketing. People start saying it's network marketing. Some people don't understand the word, and you're going to get yourself tied up and tongue-tied until you're a bit more confident. Again, keep it short and sweet. Do an entire presentation over the phone. Yes, hands up, I was guilty of this at the start, and it's not the best thing to do. The first call, as Chris was saying, is all about getting the next viewing, getting the person to see the next stage, just exposing the people a little bit at a time to the business. Strong words, business proposition. That's exactly what it is, a business proposition. High income potential, not to get rich quick scheme, but an high income potential. Business partner. This is quite a good one. I've seen Kelly using this one quite a lot now as my business partner. And in practice, they are your business partners. That's what they are. You can't work without them, and they can't work without you. Dynamic company. Over 30 years track record, which it has. Business testimonials. Now this is good. This is your story. Looking for some key people is another good one to use. We don't say it's a little aloe business. It's health, nutrition and lifestyle. The next $1 trillion industry. Now we all know this is true. In England, it's a lot of money being spent on the health and nutrition and lifestyle at the moment, and at the moment we're only taking a very small percentage of it, and I'm sure we could, if we try hard, get a lot bigger slice of the pie there. Full training and support. Well, yes, you can take that because we've got full training. You have trainings on a Sunday, we have trainings either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and always your upline, your own individual upline, Ben, Kelly, and I'm sure any of the other team leaders, if you ask questions, we're more than happy to help you and we'll need to train you and support you. Home-based, people like that. That's another thing, home-based, being your own boss. And always say, after you finish a one-to-one or a presentation, and the next step is, and assume they're going to join. Don't give them a choice, assume they're going to join, because most of the time these people don't say, well, what do you think? They don't know what to think. They're looking for guidance from you. And so your next step is joining up. Your next step is come to a local BP. So always remember, that's a very good one to end on. Excuse me a second, I've just jumped to slide. Making the call third party approach. This is one of my favourite ones. I like to use a third party, and this is pretty good, especially if it's somebody who knows you. If somebody knows you, they obviously know how you've been and you're not all this professional business person yet. So if you use a third party approach, they're more likely to believe the other person than they are you. So you can say something like, hello Sam, it's Jane here. Do you have a moment to talk? Great. The reason I'm calling, Sam, is I've just started a business with the help of a friend and backed by a multi-million pound global company. We're looking for some good people to work with in your area, and I wondered if you knew anybody that might be interested. Now what this does, it gets them thinking. You've asked them for a referral, but it also has got them thinking, well, I might be interested in this. This could be something for me. So you've not directly asked them, but you have asked them. So it's a win-win situation. If they know somebody brilliant, more of the chances they're going to be interested anyway. Making the call, personality call. It's, hello Sam, it's Jane here. How are you? Do you have a moment to talk? Great. The reason for the call, Sam, is that I've just started a business with the help of a couple of colleagues and the back of a multi-million-dollar company. They've asked me if I knew anybody, and you see when you refer back to your profile is somebody who's enthusiastic or somebody who's hard-working. Whatever you've put on that profile of that person, refer back to that, and I thought of you. So this basically, you're giving them a compliment, an indirect compliment, and they like it. Don't be insincere though. It's got to be a true compliment. And I thought of you. Then you go into the other section is, are you available to have a look at this? Can I have some of your time? Got the next one, making the call the hot button. Hello Sam, it's Jane here. How are you? Do you have a moment to talk? Great. You know that, it could be that sports car you've always spoken about, or that foreign holiday you've always spoken to me about, or piano lessons for little Johnny. That's the hot button. So you refer back to that. This is why it's good to have the profiles, what Chris spoke about earlier. If you make the profile of people, you've got all the information in front of you. Well, I think I found a way for you to achieve it. Then you go back into the standard call Chris was on about earlier, where you make it short, sharp, get them to a one-to-one, get them to a BP or an online BP or training. Making the call the dissatisfied call. Hello Sam, it's Jane here. How are you? Do you have a moment to talk? Great. You know, you always said how much you hate commuting. Well, I think I may have found a way out that could stop you commuting and see more of your family. I don't know if this is what I found is for you. Obviously, only you can decide that. Why don't we meet up for a coffee and I'll run it by you? What this one does is you've pointed out a little bit in their life that they really don't like. And it's the thing that's going to push them forward to do something else. And what you're saying is you possibly have a way of helping them out. It's a solution. Again, you've took it off them a little bit, saying obviously only you could decide that, so it's not a hard sell. You give them the choice. Why don't we meet for a coffee and I'll run it by you? Brilliant. And then you can do your one-to-one or take them to the local BP, but do a one-to-one first, expose them a little bit more, and then take them to the BP. All very, very softly. Making the call a customer call. This is if you're going to do products. Hello Sam, it's Jane here. How are you? Do you have a moment to talk? Great. I know that you've been bothered with the digestive problems over the years. I've just come across an amazing product which I think will help you. Can I come around and show you what I found? This is a brilliant way of getting into the door. not only are you going to help them with the product and get sales, but while you're there, you can show them the business as well. Go through the business, and if they still don't want the business, you've still got a customer for products and for referrals. Excuse me a minute while I have one drink. Sorry about that. So obviously this way is you're in the door, you've got products. I mean, a lot of people, Kelly included, have actually joined the business from buying products. So it is a very good way of bringing people in. Personally, I always lead from business first, but if you have to do it this way, it's just as good way because it's a win-win. You've got a customer, you've got a potential sign-up. Now, the usual response to most of them will be, that sounds interesting, what is it? Now, at this stage, keep it short. You don't need to tell them much more. If you start going and rabbiting on about the business and hello this and hello that, you're just going to lose them anyway. So invite them to view the information by either doing a one-to-one, sending a DVD, which is online or hard copy DVD. I know the new NDP packs haven't got the DVDs, but I'm sure somewhere in your upline would have one. I'm sure they're more than happy to let you have one. The other way is doing an online one-to-one with Skype and all the other options you have. It's really easy to show somebody the business, but it's very, very hard to tell them, especially when you're new. So it takes the heat off you, and it makes it much more easier for the person to look at things, especially again when it's friends or people that you know. They're going to look at you a bit strange, all of a sudden you coming out as this expert. So use the third party, use the stuff there, the information, the DVDs, the slides, the presentation folders you have. Use those. They're more likely to look at that and believe that than they are you. If they persist, one of the answers you can use, I mean, these are just examples, and you can look at these and you can obviously put your words into it. But, well, Sarah, I can't really do justice to this company on the phone, but what I can tell you is they're over 30 years old, trading successfully in over 150 countries, with a 2.6 billion turnover. The product range is the good, feel good and take care of yourself sector, which, as you know, right now is booming and predicted to be the next $1 trillion industry. What I would like to do is have half hour with you to run some information by you. I think then you will see why I'm so impressed. If you were to see what I could see, you'd love it. Great, can we take it to the next step? And if you don't, then there's no problem. Is Friday at 7:30 good for you, or Saturday morning at say 11? Always give them 2 times, because if you only give them one, they say no, you're struggling to get the next one. Give them 2 times, they've got a choice. And if they still can't do any of them, they will give you a time. If you can, include your story as to why you got involved. It's always good to give a different perspective. People will warm to you and want to know why you joined the business. So if you tell them that as well, I mean, you really only want to keep this to about a minute and a half long. Any more than that, you're going to start losing their interest anyway. Objections, some of my favourite. You might get asked a question like, what is it? Is it XYZ company? Is it pyramid selling? Is it network marketing? Is it selling? First answer you say, that's interesting, why do you ask that? And the reason you say that is a lot of people, especially with my favourite, the pyramid selling, have just heard this word. They don't even know what it means. They haven't got a clue what pyramid selling is, but it sounds good to them. Secondly, if somebody says, is it selling? And you say, yes, it's selling, they're going to say, oh, I don't like selling. Whereas we all know it's not just selling, it's building a team and much more than that. And then you're backpedaling then. If they say, is it selling? And you say, no, it's not selling. They say, well, I love selling. You've lost out again. So the easiest answer to that is somebody says, is it selling? Just ask them, why? Do you like selling? If they say yes, brilliant, yes, it's to do with selling. If they say no, no, it's not to do with selling. Because you're not lying. It's a little bit of retailing, but it's team building. There's 2 versions of people what can do. So you don't want to lose out, but always start with, that's interesting, why do you ask that? Most of the time, they haven't got an answer to give you back anyway. Have your answers ready. Feel, felt, found. This is a brilliant one to use. I know exactly how you feel, Sarah. I felt the same way. And to be honest, most of us have. When we first started, we probably had the same thoughts. Can I do it? Is it for me? Will I be able to do it? You know, and then you say, but I found that having a good look at the info, getting my questions answered and meeting the people, it was nothing like that. So now you give them a solution. You've told them you felt the same way. how you were feeling, but you found that getting the solutions solved everything. And as soon as you've done that, book your appointment. Prospecting with referrals. If your prospect says no, thank them for the time. Ask them if you can keep in touch with them over the coming months, and always ask for a referral. Now, we have a class example of that. One of our downline, we asked them to join 11 months ago. Said no at the time, and 11 months on, they joined us. So it's never a no, it's more of a not now. People's circumstances change. They could lose the job, they could get divorced. There's a million and one reasons why they've said no at the beginning, and all this time it changes. So just keep in touch. All these people who said no to you, just keep in touch with them. Every 2 or 3 months, small message, say hello, how you doing, how's things, and see if things have changed. For example, thanks Sarah for being honest. I'm sorry if it's not for you right now. However, let's keep in touch over the next few months. And in the meantime, I'm looking for some quality people to work with. People like you, again, giving them a compliment. Do you know anybody who would be open to looking at the business that would give them not only great income, but a fantastic quality of life? Now, if they do know anybody, because they've bigged them up a little bit and you've given them a compliment, they're more than happy to help you. But on the same score, because you said people like you, it's going to keep them open to the idea and keep them open to the idea of you contacting them again later on. I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of people here that have been referred to the business by somebody else who's not in the business. And if you turn down one of these people that could have been in your business, you're potentially walking away from thousands and thousands of pounds. Now, one of the trainings, I seen a lady there that she'd asked for a referral, didn't bother follow it up, and that person went on to join with somebody else, and it cost her over that year, or over that next 2 years, I think she said it was about £225,000. Now, I know I can't afford to lose that, and I'm sure most of us else can't. So don't forget, if you don't ask the question, you might be walking away from your next diamond manager. If no, offer the products. Thank you for looking, listening. Appreciate how you feel. We've had a fantastic range of natural everyday products. I'd love to drop a sample box around for you to try for free. Everybody loves free stuff, and it's a good way of getting customers anyway. Would you be, what day would be best for you, this day or that day? Again, give them 2 dates, and otherwise they're going to say no to one, and you're going to be trying to struggle to get the next date. Again, if you do not ask, you don't get. And again, once they've tried the products and realise how good they are, it's always a way in, getting back into the business later on. Now, remember, the fortune's in the follow-up. Again, like I said earlier on, the lady didn't follow up, and it cost her a fortune. So within 2 or 3 days of speaking to somebody, make sure you follow up. And especially at the time you said you'll call, because they're going to be waiting for it. And if you're late, it doesn't look good. The longer you leave it, the more likely your prospect will lose interest. So obviously what we need to do, most people will generally take 5 or 6 exposures to the business before they actually join. Very few actually join on the first time. So each time you do these 2 or 3 days, expose them a little bit more. Another few days, expose them a little bit more, give them a bit more. And it builds up their confidence. Know your objective. To arrange a business presentation online or in person, or to arrange a product show, not to give a one-to-one on the phone. So this is all the phone calls to start with, are to arrange a business presentation. So you keep it short, sharp, get the business presentation done, do all the talking when you're on the one-to-one. Again, to arrange a product show, to get round there, show them the products, again introduce them to the business again, leave them pack if necessary, and get an order. Prospecting statistics. Right. On average, you need to be committed to contacting 3 to 5 people a day. Now, I remember when we first started, we lied to Ben and Kelly and we said, yeah, we're doing it, and we wasn't. And our business started off slow. But now we're doing it, obviously we're growing. So 3 to 5 people a day. Of the 15 to 18 people, some will say no, or not now, which is never a no, it's always a not now. Some will look at more info or meet, which is your one-to-one or your DVD or maybe the online business presentation. 3 to 6 will come to a presentation, whether that being an online one or a business one, business plan. And 1 to 3 will join your business. So you can see by that, even at one every 18, the faster you get through your 18 people, the more people you're going to have joining your business. Now 1 to 3 will join. It is a numbers game, unfortunately, to start with, until you get good at it. Some of the top people, I mean, people like Kelly, it's 1 in 7. But for us, other people, it's 1 in 10, 1 in 18. When you first start, it's going to be around about 1 in 18, maybe a bit more. Activity. How serious are you? Now, if you're going to do it part-time, so somebody works full-time, 3 to 5 contacts a day. That's the minimum. That's really your minimum what you need to do. Full-time, so if you're at home, you're a full-time mom, you've got more time, 10 contacts a day. 7 business and 3 products you want to aim for. Some people who work full-time also do full-time contacting as well, which is brilliant if you can do it. I mean, we do aim for 5 to 10 a day ourselves, so that's what I think everybody else should be doing. Philemon in Zambia joined Forever Living in 2009. There's no products in the area, so you had to drive to Tanzania and South Africa to get his products. But he caught the vision, and he spoke to 15 people a day. Now, this is going back a while now, qualified for profit share, which is chairmanship, car plan, travel, and earns over $8,000 a month. So what are you prepared to do? Are you prepared to go out and do that extra work? You're going to be prepared to go out and talk to people? That's all it takes is talking to people. Here's a little helping tool here, points recording sheet. Now these are all on the files in the Supreme training, so you can go download them yourselves, and what your best thing to do with these, download them, pin them on the kitchen cupboard or somewhere where you're going to see it every day. Now on the left hand side you've got phone prospect, do one-to-one, DVD, follow-up call, etc., all the way down to recruiting new assistant supervisor, to product launches, to pop drops. And if you have a look along there, you've got a points for each one, and varying from 2 points up to 7. Obviously they've got the days of the week there as well, and then at the end of the week you total up to see how much you've scored for that week. Now at minimum, and I say minimum, it should be 35 points a week, mixed between all that sections there. Good is 65 points a week. They've got down here diamond 100 a week. Massive action equals massive results. Now it's a no-brainer. The more points you're doing, the bigger your business and the faster your business is going to grow. I do know that when Ben and Kelly was doing this, and I've seen the sheets, they were doing 100 a week every week, and this is why they are where they are today. Right, homework for the next 7-day plan. I know we're a little quick on time this week. I think both me and Chris have been a little bit nervous about this, but we'll go through the last bit now. Homework for the next 7 days. Work on your goal book. I'm assuming and hoping that everybody from week 1 has got their goal book started or posted down, where you've written all your goals down, pictures and everything else like this. Keep on doing it all the time. Keep referring back to your goals. Keep referring to the reasons why you're doing it. If you haven't already done it, profile your first 15 prospects on your list. Just exactly what Chris did earlier, the hot buttons, the details, what the person's like, what their family are, what sort of thing, what makes them tick. Then make them 15 calls to them people. Review your progress with 20 to 30 customers and people. Basically, keep track of what you're doing. Something you can measure yourself with, how well you're doing. If that customer's not, then change it and tweak it a little bit. Fill in your point sheets for this week, and even maybe show it to your upline. So any of your upline, if you've got any downline, check on your downline team and see what they're doing, how the points got, and see where they're lacking in and where you can help them in. And it's a learning curve for us all, even the team leaders. We could do with looking at our downlines more, going over the sheets with them and helping them, showing them where they could be a bit stronger. Continue to build up your 100+ name list. Now, there is in the back of your First Steps to Manager book a memory jogger, as Chris was saying, but there's also different ways of jogging your memory, and Ben, myself and a few others, I think Jenny and a few of the others have got a different way of memory jogging, and it's a very effective little tool. I'm sure if you ask one of us, we'll be able to share it with you. Booking your next training event. Now, whether that be your next BP, book that next one in, your next success day, because it's every success day we go to and every training not only builds up our confidence, not only gives us information, it also puts us around positive people. And that's what we want to be around, more positive people. You want to surround yourself with everybody that's positive and on the same level as you, and striving for the same things you want. So these trainings are, I can't stress how important they are. Every success day you need to go to. There is less of them now, so it makes it easier. The trainings like Flawless, the C9 trainings, anything that's in your area, attend. Please put down. Go through the logins, and in your login there's a whole list of events in there. Download the one-to-one presentation. Again, it's on QLS. Just download that, keep it to it, learn it off by heart. Learn it so you can do it in your sleep with your eyes closed. That if somebody wakes you up and says start from this line, do it from there. It's not a very long one. It's your tool. It's one thing that's going to make you the money you want. And remember, keep changing, because when you go through changing, you're through. And what that basically is saying is if you don't change, you're just going to stagnate and stay as you are. So keep changing, keep learning, and just keep getting better. Well, that's it for me now. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry if there's any hiccups, and hope to see you all soon. Thanks and good night.